latest rental stats, the rental management market is in a healthy condition. Looking at quarterly, we can at your quarterly quarterly escalations on rent. We are above the percentage before COVID, 6.4% quarterly escalations, taking average rent now to just over 9,000. So those two stats confirming to us that demand is increasing, and that's nationally throughout the country. Over and above that, we're sitting with a generation we call generation rents. They are typically in their 20s or 30s. They prefer flexibility and the freedom of renting a property, don't want to own it. Renting is in principle obviously more cost effective. And the reality, especially in South Africa, is that most of these people are priced out of the market and physically can't get a home loan to buy a property. So from a market perspective, the market is in an incredible good condition and is growing. The latest stats was that there's currently 3.6 million people renting. And with this market conditions, it's increasing every single day. If we take basic numbers and we equate that to what the value is for the property managers today in the market, we're sitting at a 32 billion rand industry up for grabs and growing. Now, the rentals has been what I always refer to as the grudge service in the industry. Most clients typically focus on sales, and rentals has been, unfortunately, that grudge service. I'm going to call on Alan Usher and Barry Davis to join me. Both of them have been in the industry for more than 20 years. They've seen the ups and downs in the industry. And I'm going to ask Barry first. Barry, give us your state of the nation of the property market as it is today. And what is your advice on the fellow business owners sitting listening today, and how should they navigate their business through the storm and also hopefully seize this opportunity or the silver lining in the rental space?
Well, thanks, Johan. Yeah, and thanks to Team We Connect you for the invitation. I'm hoping I'm not here just for comedic light relief. It looks like I'm the oldest person on the panel. I will let you know, folks, I'm actually only 25, but I've been doing rentals for 5 years. If you look at the economic climate at the moment as a weather forecast, I think it's definitely chilly with lots of cloud cover, with Gauteng probably bearing the brunt of the cold front right now. But after 30 years in the industry, I can tell you one thing that I am certain of is that the sun keeps coming up every day. And it just seems to come up a little bit stronger in Cape Town right now. Challenges, yeah. A few years ago, I'd never heard of the word semigration. It wasn't in anybody's vocabulary. But it is now, and the shifts are markedly apparent. We refer to it as the new great trick, reverse gear version, as everyone's going down as opposed to going up. This pattern of semigration, I don't see it changing in the short term, and I think it's already changed the landscape of real estate in South Africa if you look at the disparities between the provinces. Another major factor in the current marketplace is obviously interest rates. It's just impacted in our sector, particularly the first-time home buyer market, more in the last year than any other sector. And yes, it's a cycle. What goes up must come down, and what goes down must go up. But despite the forecast being sort of cloudy and stormy weather, I'm going to borrow one of Bruce's terms. I'm a realistic optimist, and I believe that every cloud has a silver lining. A word of caution on that: please don't share that with the ruling party. The silver lining might end up being nationalized or end up in Saxonwold. But in all seriousness, I do see major opportunities, particularly in rentals, albeit with a few caveats. And again, this is just my opinion. The rental market has and continues to grow and strengthen in 2024. Even our own stats, we saw double-digit 20% plus growth in both our rental book numbers and income, reflecting very similar figures to what you've said in terms of increases in average rental as well. Some of that may be inflationary, and sure, I know it's anecdotal, but have a look at the rest of the stats in the rental industry. Rentals are rising. So where do we look for opportunities? You've got people who are far more experienced in this section, in this particular field. The buy-to-let market, to me, is an area that we're looking at and actively involved in. And I think when it's tied to new developments, it's real. It's happening right now. It's a good place to grow. Rentals, and particularly managed rentals. And I'm going to add something to this. Rentals with nurturing and care, very different to, I think, sometimes the way rentals have been done. They provide stability and a great annuity-based income for our agents and our firms. As a group, we were sort of a latecomers to the rental market, But we've shifted focus massively, and I think focus is going to be a thing all of our rental operators need to look at. It can't be a poor cousin. I think in today's terms, a shark supporter. It can't be a poor cousin. It has to be a focused element to your business and has to have its own champions.